I'm wondering, when are white people going to start listening to the Black community? When are we going to admit that they were right about Trump? They were right during the civil rights era. They were right about abolition. And now we know, now we can see they've been right about Trump all along. They got our attention during the George Floyd protests, but we didn't listen. We were just like fair weather fans. But if we could ever get behind this community, if we could ever draw from their wisdom and their knowledge of what America really is at the cellular level, because they've seen this all along, and there is so much we could learn if we would just humble ourselves and move out of the spotlight just for a moment and let them speak.
I just want you all to know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving him those chances. I'm sorry. I see things now. I see them clearly. And I think I saw them way too late.
Listen, nobody's saying they want to see kids go without eating. Well, if all you had to do was vote for somebody that wasn't a fascist, you could have voted a lot better than this. What about you, Robert? Can your kids eat? Not too good. I mean, my family's been on government assistance since my grandpappy's days, so we never really ate that good anyway, more or less. But since they shut down the Department of Education and cut funding at our schools, my kids leave home hungry as hell and come home hungry as hell every time. Anybody got any extra stamps? No, nobody got any extra stamps. I'm just asking. Do we gotta be MAGA till we die? Oh, well, shit fire. If you don't support Daddy Donald J. Trump to the death of you and pay more for your eggs than everything else in this goddamn country, are you even MAGA? Well, my kids ain't eating in that fucking school. They ain't eating in that fucking school, and they so goddamn hungry, they can't learn in that fucking school. Well, fuck all y'all, I'm going home. Now, I watched my daddy, Donald J. Trump, work all 17 minutes signing executive order after executive order, and all I hear is criticize, criticize, criticize. From now on, when them illegals at your door knocking, trying to take your house, don't ask me and my daddy for nothing.
We voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down. But it's obvious to me now that that was not true. Egg prices have skyrocketed. The bird flu is killing all the birds, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything about that. He's stopping disease communications from the disease centers in America, pulled us out of the WHO. Like, how does that help anything? And yeah, all he's been doing is taking away rights and freedoms, or trying to. He's not doing anything about the economy. So yeah, we totally regret our vote at this point. We've had a really tough time here in North Carolina. Half of my house got washed away in Hurricane Helene, and I applied for FEMA assistance, and we got approved. But now Trump is canceling FEMA and emergency assistance to people. He's also canceled.
MAGA regret is everywhere. They are now coming out to really regret their vote because they voted against their own interests, and everything is coming to their faces now. They are seeing how much, okay, they messed up in the first place. They are seeing how much they voted against the interests of themselves and that of other people, and now they are crying ho everywhere on social media and asking for help from the same people they didn't listen to when they warned them of what was coming. Now food stamp is getting caught. Medicaid, the same thing. People in nursing homes are getting affected. You know, hospital bills are going to skyrocket. Insurance going off the roof. People cannot afford grocery anymore, and this is all MAGA. This is what they wanted, and now they are feeling the pain, and it's hitting back home. You have many of them regretting on social media. Hi guys, welcome back again to Global Princess channel. You're welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I'm going to let some of the clips roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch, then I'll come back with more commentary.
I love this for you. I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. Did I know he was going to increase the tariffs? Yes, I did. But to see someone hurt and their business fail and their family be affected because they didn't vote the way you did, it's fucked up. We should all care about each other regardless of who we voted for. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can be better people.
I think it's pretty ironic when you say you want people to be better people. The people who are showing you the error of your ways. The people who are saying, I told you so because we tried to save you. We tried to warn you. We tried to get you $50,000 in a tax credit. And you didn't want that. You wanted 100+% tariffs instead of $50,000 in a tax credit. You're saying that we need to be better people because we don't help you whine about the predicaments you put yourself in? And on neither one of these videos, none of the videos that I've seen from you, have you actually taken responsibility for your actions. You are in this mess because of your actions. You are in this mess because it is what you asked for. You knew that the tariffs were coming. Yes, you did say that you thought there would be infrastructure in place, but why did you choose to put all of your faith and the fate of your family into a man who bankrupted 9 companies, 4 of them casinos? It is not like you did not have this information in hand. You want everybody to care about everyone now when you are in pain, when you are hurting. You want people to get over the fact that you voted for a convicted felon found liable of SA over an overqualified black woman who promised you $50,000 in tax credits for your small business. You voted for the guy who promised tariffs, and you admit that you knew they were coming. And you voted for him over the black woman, the overqualified black woman who said that she was going to do something to help your business. This is why people are loving this for you. Because you didn't vote based on the preservation of your business. You voted based on your identity politics. You mentioned that everybody that comes into your life, you judge them based on who they are. You have absolutely zero interest in the people that you don't know. Their lives don't matter. And the problem is, sir, that when we tried to get you to understand that other people were going to be hurt by this, you did not care. If their families are suffering because they can't get health care now, children are losing access to food, legal immigrants are being deported to places that they have never been. Families are being torn apart. Women, particularly married women, might be losing the right to vote because their married name does not match the name on their birth certificate. Planes are falling out of the skies. Most of this we knew was coming. Most of this you knew was coming. You voted to control what women do with their bodies, to control what bathrooms someone prefers, because you don't like all the brown people coming in. Sure, you thought they were taking your job, but guess what? There's a couple of jobs in agriculture right now. You said you were good at digging ditches. Those jobs are open. This is why people say they love this for you. Because as much as you want people to come together now and love each other no matter who they voted for, your vote showed people who you are. It showed people what you want for other people. The suffering of everyone else but you. That's what you voted for. And that's what you thought was going to happen. And now here you are on social media looking for a handout because you are suffering. Trust me, for those of us who have been suffering for a while now and have had to keep pulling up those bootstraps even though you guys keep cutting the strap, welcome to our world. Take your shoes off. Stay a while.
Watching Donald Trump literally tear down the White House is very symbolic. A White House that was originally built by black slaves, might I add. For years, the propaganda has been pushed that black people were going to destroy America, that black people were uncivilized, that our culture was literally steeped in destruction. And now we are sitting in real time in 4K watching a white man completely destroy America. But one thing it does do is allows for the propaganda to now be unveiled as the lie that it has always been. But just like the original White House was built by black folks, when they destroy this country as you know it, black folks will be the ones to rebuild and lead the next one.
Okay, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Donald Trump, not out of praise, but out of truth. Because while you rip through every part of this government, tearing down justice, equality, and fairness under the fake excuse of fighting DEI fraud, what you're really doing is confirming what black folks have been saying for generations. America was built on racism, fueled by fear and sustained by white supremacy. You've exposed it all. The masks are off. The polite racism, the fake allyship, the colorblind lies, it's all gone. Now we see it raw and unfiltered. You're not just targeting policy, you're targeting people. Black people, brown people, marginalized communities. And the wild part, we make up the smallest portion of this country, yet somehow we are the biggest threat to the lie that white supremacy built. That should tell you everything. You're afraid not of violence, not of replacement, but of the power we hold even when we have nothing. You see the way our culture, our brilliance, our resilience, our excellence continues to shape this country, even when it tries to erase us. Donald Trump is just the loudest version of a system that's always been in place. He is the living, breathing proof that this country was never designed with us in mind. And yet, we continue to define it. So thank you, Donald, for exposing what so many tried to deny, for showing the world that the fear of black greatness is real, for proving that racism isn't in our imagination, it's in the fabric of this nation. And to my people, we don't have to fight to prove our worth. He's doing that for us. All we have to do is stand firm, stay awake, and know that the truth is finally louder than the lie. We are not broken. We are not the problem. We are the evidence of the power that this country can contain. Let that truth ring louder than its hate.
On today's episode of Before and After, here's how it started. Jay Minthuin on Twitter wrote, "I am for one happy there will be consequences for the arrogant Canadian fools. I hope the Canadian economy collapses," misspelled by the way, "when Canada comes crawling asking to be the 51st state." Then he wrote, "We voted for common sense and the future of the country." And here's the after. In response to a post that the President of the United States wrote, he said, "In 9 months, we've lifted over 600,000 Americans off of food stamps. Wages for workers are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years, and meanwhile, energy prices are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down." And Jay wrote, as of October 29th, 2025, "I was just laid off as part of a RIF. I work in HVAC controls. The economy is sick right now, worse than 2009. I voted for Trump, but he needs to listen to the boots on the ground on the economy, not former Soros lackeys." Well, Jay, you voted for this, now you have to live with it. Because a lot of us foresaw this coming, well, you did not see it. Like 1930s Germany. But what did y'all have for dinner tonight? Let me know in the comments. Bye.
You know that one of the biggest reasons for the whole MAGA regret is because, of the economy. They voted for cheaper groceries, cheaper eggs, cheaper everything, but somehow it's not even coming to them. Many Americans thought they were voting for financial stability and lower costs. Instead, they got skyrocketing inflation, high gas prices, and vanishing government support programs. Irony. Anyway, food prices are up, rent is unaffordable, healthcare, forget it, okay? And why many MAGA voters blame immigrants or Democrats for their struggles, they are slowly realizing that the policies they supported are the very ones gotten their safety net. Cuts to SNAP, food stamp, Medicaid, and Social Security were packaged as reducing government waste. Now, thousands of struggling Americans, many of whom voted Republican, are learning the hard way that those programs weren't for lazy people, they were for them. Because a lot of them believe it was just for Democrats or for Black people or immigrants or undocumented people. And that realization hurts more than any political loss at all. If you really want to see where MAGA regret is strongest, look at rural America. These are the communities that once cheered the loudest, the ones that filled arenas with red heart and hope, but now their local hospitals are closing, their children are moving away because there are no jobs, their schools are underfunded, their roads and bridges are crumbling, and yet billions are being sent overseas with their small towns are falling apart. People are starting to ask, what about us? Like, why is everybody not talking about us? They were promised America first, but what they got was American forgotten, especially the people in rural America, MAGAs, because a lot of them actually voted against their own interests. Okay, farmers were among Trump's most loyal supporters. They believe he was their champion, someone who understood their struggles. But after years of trade wars, tariff fights, and inconsistent support, many are now drowning in debt. Recently, when Trump announced billions in support of Argentina farmers, it was like salt on an open wound. American farmers, they were backbone of the MAGA movement, were left asking, why are we helping them instead of us? Yet, here's the same truth, or the sad truth. Even after being hurt over and over again, many of them still say they would never vote the Democrats, or they are going to vote for him again. That's not loyalty, that's political Stockholm, okay? Because they have been convinced that no matter what happens, he's their only hope, okay? But hope doesn't pay the bills, and slogans don't put food on the table. Another promise that backfired was healthcare. MAGA voters cheered when Trump vowed to repair Obamacare, thinking they would get something better. But years later, or in fact months later, because the first time they talked about it, I think Obamacare was still there, but now it is now happening in front of them. Many of those same voters are realizing that Obamacare and the ACA were the same thing, and now with stripped down healthcare option. Many are losing coverage or paying more than ever before. Seniors who once relied on Medicaid for prescription and nursing home care are being kicked out or left scrambling for help. Some are openly saying, "We didn't know we were voting against ourselves." The truth is harsh, but it's simple. They were told the system was broken, but the solution they voted for broke it even more. Okay, one of the core MAGA believe what small government, less interference, fewer taxes, more freedom sounds good, right? Even me, actually sounds good to me. But in practice, that's meant less help for ordinary Americans and more power for corporations and billionaires. When disasters strike, there's no safety net. When prices rise, there's no protection. When people lose their homes or jobs, the government just shrugs. Meanwhile, the rich keep getting tax cuts and bailouts. It's like a reverse Robin Hood, taking from the poor to give to the powerful. Now, even die-hard conservatives are starting to see that small government really means you are on your own. MAGA didn't just decide or divide America politically, it divided families, friends, entire communities. People stopped speaking to loved ones over politics. Neighbors turned on each other. Social media became a battlefield, and now years later, many are realizing it wasn't even worth it in the first place. They are looking around and seeing a strong, more divided, more angry, and more unstable than ever. The greatness they were promised has, turned into chaos, hate, and exhaustion. And deep down, they know that wasn't the America they were fighting for, even though some of them are not even saying it. Of course, not everyone's ready to admit regret. Some MAGA supporters still hold on tightly, convinced that if they just wait, the miracle will happen. They blame the media, the Democrats, the deep state, anyone but the person that they voted. It's human nature. No one likes to admit they were fooled, but even that denial is cracking. When you can't afford groceries, when your parents lose healthcare, when your local factory closes, at some point, reality wins. The red hats start to feel a little heavier on their heads because somehow they are not feeling the deeper impact of what they all voted for, and it's freaking them the hell out. Well, guys, I would love to hear your own take about today's video in the comments. Let's have that conversation. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. See you all on my next. Bye, guys.